Hey guys, Jay here, and in this video, I want to ask for you guys' help. So, I have not been able to do maps lately, and I pretty much burned out of almost all my maps because of what you are seeing on the screen here. Look at this network. I don't understand why it keeps going like this. Sometimes in town, sometimes in my hideout, but most certainly when I just open a map, it either does not even load into it, or if it load into it, the ping will spike into like oblivion. It will spike into like multiple dozens of thousands pings, and then it will disconnect and it will delete the map basically. So I have not been able to do pretty much anything. So my fun right now in the game, unfortunately for me, is just running through Blood Aqueduct and testing random shit that only is based on Blood Aqueduct. So yeah, if you guys know, if anyone know any like kind of helpful tech or tips to help me maybe get around this problem, please share with me in the comment section. That will be highly appreciated. Anyway, I've tried to change my portal quite a lot. Seems like Blood Aqueduct is a very stable zone for me, for some reason. But at least there's the Blood Aqueduct. I try to do different gateway from my location. The closest one are Singapore, so I often play in Singapore. And there's Hong Kong, Japan, Australia, all those kind of thing. I have tried, and I have done a little config. I have contacted my internet service provider (ISP), and none of them seems to work because, well, the ISP have a point. Everything but this game is working. The internet for everything else is working normally. So it is not a problem with the ISP. It is a problem with the game itself, right? So yeah, sadly. Anyway, this is a facebreaker character that I'm playing because I just realized that there is a chest called Seven Teaching, and the first thing that I see when I thought about this chest is Doriani's Fist is not Facebreaker because Doriani's Fist have both unarmed lightning damage to attack and unarmed lightning damage to spells as well. So I think because the chest has 7 teaching, trigger a socketed spell on unarmed melee critical strike with a 0.25-second cooldown. So I thought to myself, hey, that is basically a 10 link, maybe even 11 link, 12 link cast on critical, because you can link your attack into one item. It can be like a influence item with additional link in your helmet, for example. Yeah, the spell is going to be linked in the body armor, and you are going to trigger the spell through the attack. The very obvious way is we are going to use the Cyclone as a attack. And Cyclone actually have very good AoE with this body armor because you have a lot of strike range from it. But for some reason, I think the damage is kind of not there because it is super hard to scale both your attack crit. Your attack crit, you have actually very good base attack crit with 7% here and up to 7% in your body armor as well. So if you have higher roll, it can go up to 7%. These are very like high range for rolls. So if you have higher roll here, you will have a very easy time to capping your melee attack crit to 100%. But the problem is, it's very hard to cap your crit for whatever spell you are putting in here. So either you use a spell with a very high crit chance, and on your skill tree, you kind of need some form of a lot of global crit. So things like critical strike chance here is global crit. It is not specific to attack or to spell, and they can work for both the attack and the spell, right? Problem is, there seems to not be enough of it, at least here on the skill tree. When I do a little bit of calculation, I think the only way that we can cap like both of our spell and attack crit is to go for an unnatural instinct setup in this area. So you need unnatural instinct, and then you can use the there's the jewel that gives you 5% global crit for each node allocated on the in the area, and because of a natural instinct, you will have a bunch of node that is considered actually allocated. So therefore, you will have like a couple thousand, not a couple thousands, but like a few 100% increase to global critical strike chance, and that can potentially help to sustain the crit. Or you can go maybe. I'm thinking about going for assassin. Maybe assassin can help, but assassin uh, compared to the elementalists here have a really nice synergy with this build because uh, this golem. So you have AoE, increased damage, very nice, right? This one is very important. It gives a lot of global crit, like 150% something, and also it gives a lot of flat accuracy as well, which the build desperately need. It basically solves accuracy entirely. And then you have some resistances from the golem, chaos golem here. It is really nice because the gear slot is very restricted. We need to have 1 unique, 2 unique, 3 unique. Even if you use this one, it is a unique, right? So at least 3 uniques, that is no resistant. There's no resistance in any of those. And maybe you want to use more uniques in the build as well. So resistant is very hard to get in the build. Therefore, a lot of chaos resistance from the buffed up golem by the elementalist actually works really well. And then we have some regen, some defense here. It's kind of nice as well from the stone golem. So I don't know. This thing, it feels pretty tanky if you're just cycloning around and triggering the spell, because you also have the 12% less damage taken here. You can potentially even have like some percentage of damage taken here as well. And you can put the Combs Binding in here to convert like 95% of elemental damage to physical damage to elemental. And yeah, we are going to be very resistant to those. I am even using this particular shield. So Rise of the Phoenix, normally you see this in Righteous Fire, and I am using this here, and I am using a ruby flask as well. So when I pressed it, yeah, my resistance to fire is 86%, and it can easily go to 90%, which is the maximum. So we are going to be tanky. The problem is for the Doriani Fist, the damage seems to be hard to scale because of the crit problem, right? And then if you play as, for example, a Facebreaker over here, you have easy access to Abyssus. This synergy really well with the Elementalist with the current setup, because we convert most of the physical damage into elemental damage. And yeah, that is resistible. And it is not going to be increased by the increased physical damage taken. The 49%, and even if it is 50% increased physical damage taken from this helmet, is basically nothing, because we take only 5% of the physical damage, incoming physical damage as physical. So that 5% is then increased by 50%. So it is like 100 damage and you would take like 7.5 damage. 10,000 damage and you will take like 750 damage before any physical mitigation. That is just taken, right? So it has really good synergy with even Facebreaker here, because Abyssus, the downside is basically negligible at the moment. I even have one with Corrupted Minion Gem, so I can put like the golems in here, so they are a little bit stronger, and we have a little bit more buff as well. So yeah, it is a nice little thing, right? Right now, because I don't have a lot of currency, as I cannot farm map, I have one whopping divine drop for 2 days of running freaking Blood Aqueduct. And by the way, if you finish the zone already, you cannot find new mercenary here. So there's no farm for me whatsoever. So I cannot have any real amount of currency. So yeah, this is just a currently 4-link. So right now, because I'm playing with Facebreaker and I am not skilling any spell damage whatsoever, so I am trying to do a little bit of fun here. I want to do like a One Punch Man kind of thing, Saitama thing with Inferno Blow, so I just basically explode a pack by punching it. It looks kind of fun, right? But I don't think the scaling is going to be there to do it in like the end game. Probably you should be able to, you should be using either Cyclone or maybe Volcanic Fissure of Snaking. Yes, you can do Volcanic Fissure of Snaking with Unarmed. So those are going to be the good options, I think. And eventually you want to move the attack skill into here if you play Facebreaker, because it is 6 link, right? So as you can see here, I can just like punch them, everything will explode, right? So it looks kind of fun, right? So right now, this is the fun that I need to find in POE, unfortunately. I'm kind of sad at the moment. Maybe I will go back to play POE 2 or something until the technical issue is fixed with POE 1. But right now, well, I try to be very optimistic. I try to do a lot of stuff that I think is fun, but eventually it will run out because it is limiting myself into playing simply one single zone in the game pretty much. And it's not particularly interesting too much more, basically. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the game. I hope the game has been kind to you, unlike it's been to me, and you can actually play the game realistically. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Peace. 2K straight. Remember, play the game. I forgot to say this. Don't let the game place you. Right now, the game is playing me hard. Real hard. Peace.